Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today I'm going to be making my Boston Celtics New York Knicks series preview and predictions. It's going to be a fun series for the Boston Celtics and New York Knicks. I've always wanted to see these two teams match up in the playoffs. Honestly, it's happened before. It's happened many times that these two teams have played each other in the postseason, but it has not happened since I started watching basketball in the 2016-17 season. And so now I will witness this series. I'm really excited. I've loved watching these two teams go up against each other in the regular season the last couple years, and especially since the Knicks have gotten especially since the Knicks have improved the last couple seasons. So I'm really excited to see what this series will bring out, and most likely I think this Boston Celtics team wins this series and heads to the conference finals for another season, but it will be interesting to see what happens. So here's the other thing I will add. Boston has, at this point, a total of 5 straight series where they have not gone to a 6th game. Will that happen? Because we saw Boston in last year's playoffs. Obviously, they won the championship, but they never played a Game 6 or Game 7. The farthest they went were Game 5s. They played Game 5 in their first series against Miami. They played a Game 5 in their second series against Cleveland. They swept the Magic. They swept the Pacers in the conference finals, and then they also were able to win the NBA Finals in 5 games against the Mavs, and then obviously this past series against the Magic, won in 5 games. So they've not been taken to Game 6 or 7, going all the way back to the Eastern Conference when the Eastern Conference Finals, when the Heat almost blew a 3-0 lead, and they came back from down 3-0 and sent it to Game 7. That was the last time they played a Game 6 or Game 7. It was in that series. So that's really interesting to think about. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there, and if Boston will go to Game 6 or Game 7. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston won this series in 7 games. In 5 games. But I definitely think New York has the talent to send this series to 6 or 7 games. Let's go over a little bit of a preview of what this series looks like. Game 1 will be today at 6 o'clock. On TNT. Then Game 2 will be Wednesday, 6 o'clock as well in Boston. Game 3 is Saturday at 2:30. That should be an ESPN game. Game 4 will be in New York as well, Monday, 6:30. Game 5, if necessary, Wednesday, May 14th. Game 6, if necessary, in New York, Friday, May 16th. And then Monday, May 19th, would be Game 7 at 7 o'clock. Now, all right. And by the way, Wednesday, Game 5, there's no time on that. Every game there is a time besides Game 5. So, all right. I'm gonna go over game by game predictions. I got Boston winning Game 1 tonight. New York winning Game 2 on Wednesday night. I'm gonna go with Boston winning Game 3 Saturday evening. Game 4, I got the Knicks tying up the series in New York, not going 0-2 in New York. And then Game 5, I got Boston taking a 3-2 lead. Most teams have great chances when up 3-2. I've got Boston closing the series out in 6 games and taking this one in 6 games. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know your thoughts on the series and tonight's game in the comment section, and peace out.